Chef Big's older brother ได้ยินจากบิ๊กว่าโบ๊ทไปเรียนกับเขาใช่ไหม
ไม่เรียนเลยเรียน
on the job ความรู้ก็ไม่มีว้าว Hello everybody, welcome back to a chef's food tour. Today, I'm taking you to a restaurant that in Thai they will call it ร้านอาหารอร่อยข้างวัด meaning restaurant that has serves delicious food near the temple. So we're now in Rama 3 or Pranam 3 and where we're going to is another restaurant of Chef Big, which if you guys remember I did his restaurant อยากทำแต่ไม่อยากกิน which is a chef's table very close by, but this is the second chapter of อยากทำแต่ไม่อยากกิน which is อยากย่าง Let's go, follow me. So we are now here with Chef Boat, who is Chef Big's older brother, and Chef Big is at the back having lunch. Chef Boat is going to share with us some of YAK-YANG signature dishes from appetizers all the way to main course. Chef Boat ขอดูแบบ process นิดนึงได้ไหมได้สิการทำอาหารมาเลย Let's go into the kitchen. Let's go. We have VIP access. Let's go. Follow me.เชฟโบ๊ทครับทำไมเชฟบิ๊กกับเชฟโบ๊ทจะอยากเปิดอยากย่าง
เพราะว่าตอนนั้นเชฟโบเราค่อนข้างเซสฟูลระดับหนึ่งนะเราก็เลยคิดว่าอยากจะเปิดอีกรูปแบบหนึ่งให้มันทานง่ายขึ้นคอมฟอร์ตมากขึ้น
ก็คือไม่ต้อง
ตัวค่อนข้างเป็นราคาสูงหน่อยเนาะ
ก็คืออาราคา
ครับก็กินง่ายขึ้น
ครับอินสปิเรชันที่จะทำเป็นแบบ French Bistro
ด้วยความที่ตลาดทุกคนรู้อยู่แล้วนะว่าน้องชายผมถนัดFrench จีน French อิตาลีชอบทั้งคู่ที่นี่ก็เลยเหมือนกึ่ง French กึ่งอิตาลีแซมเสิร์ฟอาหารที่เราชอบกิน
So this is the first menu that Chef Big from the last episode when we did อยากทำแต่ไม่อยากกิน he was talking about this menu
during the COVID season I was like unemployed I stay home so I decided to cook something my signature crab spaghetti so I post on my personal account under the name project อยากทำแต่ไม่อยากกิน just for fun but who knows then people start texting us and then we post more stuff in the Facebook then inbox flooded with like orders then I see opportunity
So he puts Parmesan cheese until the water or the liquid becomes like a sauce, becomes like a thick sauce that coats the pasta. Very interesting technique. It's very similar to like doing a carbonara, but this is a version without eggs. So this is the part of the crab that they call the colossal or the jumbo lamb meat, which is the part that is connected to the leg. And there's some more ikura. So this is the first menu that Chef Big, he was talking about this menu. During COVID, they actually sold this for delivery and it sold so well that every day he was doing like 300 boxes with just himself and his older brother who was not culinary trained but actually was culinary trained by Chef Big. Chef Boat, Big's brother with their signature dish, crab spaghetti. ได้ยินจากบิ๊กว่าโบ๊ทไปเรียนกับเขาใช่ไหม
วันแรกที่เข้าครัวก็คือ
ช่วย
มาเลยอ่ะ
เป็นแบบ
ไม่เรียนเลยเรียน
on the job ความรู้ก็ไม่มี
ตอนนั้นโรงงานเราโดนหยุดโควิด
ก็เลยไปช่วยบิ๊ก
ช่วยหน่อยอะไรอย่างนี้เราก็เก่งๆนะแต่ว่าพอมาเข้าจริงก็เรียนรู้ได้
แล้วตอนนี้สรุปก็คือชอบทำอาหารก็คืออยากเป็นเชฟแล้วประมาณนั้น
คือมันสนุกนะ
ตั้งแต่โควิดก็คือตอนนี้ประมาณ3 ปี3-4 ปี
ใช่ครับ
แล้วก็ทำถึงตอนนี้เป็นคนที่คุมอยากย่าง
ใช่ตอนนี้ก็มาคุมอยู่ที่นี่แหละ
ว้าวอันนี้เป็นสตอรี่ที่แบบ family story ที่แบบ family strong family bond จริงๆแบบช่วยน้องชายอย่างนี้ This is the first dish we're going to taste. I've seen this dish so many times, whether it's the cooking shows that me and Big do together or the events that we do. And this, you know, apparently he sold 1.6 million baht worth of this at one event in Central World. You look at just look at the piece of crab meat. So let's taste. And then you have a lot of ikura. The balance of flavor is so good. There's a bit of a touch of dry chili as well, so it gives a hint of spiciness. The spaghetti is just done al dente, perfect, and the crab meat is soft, it's tender, but at the same time you have like the seafood flavor, and then you have the yuzu and the lime, both the juice and the zest to actually help balance the whole creaminess and the richness of this dish. You know, the concept of YAK-YANG is basically a bistro. Most of the dishes are revolved or centered around French bistro dishes. So for sure, you have to have soup and salad, you know, for appetizer. So this salad of kampachi, which is the amberjack, has a very similar texture to like the hamachi, but it's richer in flavor and fattiness as well. This is the kind of bistro, it's not so much of like a course by course, but this will be a meal that you have with family, and then you have dishes to share. You have some appetizers, some main courses, and then you have some side dishes. Very similar to like a family restaurant, steakhouse kind of meal, but also suitable for dates as well. Let's try the fish and with some leaves. Even the salad, you know, the salad leaves has all the different flavors that you need in a salad. You have sourness, you have bitterness, like some bitter greens as well. And then just paired with this sauce, which is this vinaigrette, which is tangy, acidic, but at the same time it's balanced with a bit of sweetness as well. Perfect balance. Alright. On to the next dish. Mushroom soup is always a must-have kind of soup in every restaurant. But look at the mushroom soup over here. Parmesan crisp, and then as well as some sauteed mushrooms. And this is actually a mushroom croquette. So a mushroom croquette is basically a mushroom puree inside, and then outside it's fried crispy with some breadcrumbs. Below this is actually like a froth or some foam. I believe it's probably some truffle foam. I think the way I have this is to have the Parmesan crisp, get it into the soup first. But you know, I want to have this alone. Look at the soup, it's a fine puree, it's not, you know, the chunky kind. And the flavor of the, you know, the earthy flavor of all the mushrooms together, the truffle just works well together.
สำหรับ2ชิ้นนี้นะครับจะเป็นเมนูแลมแร็กเฮิร์บคลัสนะครับแล้วก็ช็อตริบนั่นเองนี่คือสุกกำลังดีเป็นมีเดียมแร็กนะครับมันกำลังดีเลยนี่เสิร์ฟหมดแถวเลยอันนี้คือฟูลแลกเฮิร์บคลัสฟูลแลกแลมครับ
Look at this whole rack of lamb, and it's done perfectly medium rare with a herb crust. Oh, I love rack of lamb. The lamb is just perfectly roasted. Everything from the execution is all just from the roasting all the way to the resting of the meat has to be perfect and perfectly timed to get this kind of result. This is really bistro cooking at the highest level. Look at the perfect doneness, and then you have like you have the crust, red wine sauce. Wow. Have a bit of the sauce and some of the sides. This is truffle mashed potato. This is a bistro, but they're serving the mashed potatoes like fine dining. Some of the mashed potato on the plate, and then let's have. The lamb is just perfectly cooked, perfectly seasoned with the crust. And then the red wine sauce just puts the icing on the cake, you know? It just brings the whole dish together. And then even the side dishes are very well executed. Once it goes into your mouth, all you feel is like the flavor of the creaminess of the potato, as well as the flavor of the truffle. Together with the lamb is just so delicious. The other side dish that they have is, this is called vol au vent. Vol au vent is basically a French stuffed puff pastry. So for this one, stuffing here, it's spinach, and then you have a cheese gratin on top. Why cut? Let's just eat it like this. The best way to eat rack of lamb, this way. Flavor of the herbs in the crust helps to tone down the gaminess, you know, the gamey flavor of the lamb. So for people who don't like the flavor of lamb, you have to try this lamb because it won't have that kind of gamey flavor that you are most afraid of. There's really a high level of attention to detail over here. Even though it's just a bistro, but everything that is done, whether it's from the side dishes to the sauce to the components of the lamb, like the crust and everything is, you know, there's a precision and there's a certain technique involved in every one of the dishes.
ริบนะครับเสิร์ฟคู่กับซอสออกวอฟนั่นเองนี่ตัวนี้เขาจะเป็นมีเดียมแรร์ถึงมีเดียมนะครับเพราะเราไปซูวีก่อนด้วย
Oh, look at this short rib. Beef short rib which is slow cooked probably by sous vide. They sear off the beef to have a nice caramelization, and then it's served as a steak. So it's medium rare to medium. And this is served with alpoa sauce. So basically it's French black pepper sauce. Wow. Look at this, it's so easy to cut because of the fat, the intermuscular fat in the meat. It's just so tender after slow cooking, Let's try with the sauce. Wow, this is my personal favorite. The marbling of it, look at it. When you put it in your mouth, it just melts in your mouth. Wow. Slow cook กี่ชั่วโมง1 คืน This is done sous vide overnight. So it's at least like 24 hours. So it breaks down the toughness of it by slow cooking, and then at the end they just sear it off to caramelize everything, and it just melts in your mouth. Even though it's a secondary cut, the short rib, but this one is really done really well. I would choose this over a steak any day. So this is my personal favorite today. And just with the sides, so this is some of the mashed potato. So this is another signature of Chef Vic, which is the mashed potato. I understand why. So a lot of people always have lower expectations for French bistro or kind of like bistro, but here all the dishes have very high attention to detail, and everything is just executed so well. You can tell that there's a lot of love done by Chef Boat, who is Vic's older brother himself. So it's like it's a family-run restaurant, serves really honest food with really value for money prices. รสชาติอาหารอร่อยมากครับวันนี้
ขอบคุณครับ
แล้วเห็นเลยครับที่เราเป็นเชฟด้วยเนาะก็คือแบบ attention to detail ที่นี่มันไม่ได้เป็นแบบร้านอาหารทั่วไปส่วนใหญ่ร้านอาหารทั่วไปก็คือเราวางอย่างนี้แบบ3องค์ประกอบอย่างนี้แล้วก็ขายต้องทำง่ายๆอย่างนี้แต่อันนี้มันแบบใช้ sincerity ใช้พวกแบบ passion
ผมมองว่าด้วยความที่พอเราเป็นเชฟเองแล้วหรือน้องเราเป็นเชฟเองเนี่ยมาเปิดร้านอาหารมันไม่ใช่เจ้าของธุรกิจทำอะมันเป็นแบบเชฟอยากจะเสิร์ฟของดีให้ลูกค้ากินมากกว่าแม้แต่ว่าราคาจะลดลงจะเป็นบิสโตรมากขึ้นแต่อาหารเรายังคงคุณภาพเราค่อนข้างโฟกัสกับอาหารมากกว่าโปรฟิตซะส่วนใหญ่แล้วคือเราอยาก delivery ของที่ดีเพราะฉะนั้นมันออกมาด้วยลูกค้าสัมผัสได้เองไม่ต้องสื่ออะไรมากมันอยู่ตรงนั้นแล้ว
ปกติถ้าอยากจะมาทานอาหารที่ร้านนี้ต้องจองไหมครับ
แนะนำให้จองก่อนจะดีครับจะได้ชัวร์ๆเลยว่ามีโต๊ะมีอะไรแน่นอนเพราะว่าบางวันลูกค้าเราก็ล้นเลย
For anyone who wants to try YAK-YANG, you gotta come down here. So this is in Pranam Sam or Rama 3, and you can book through the restaurant, or if you want to have a food tour, you can leave in the comments below, and I'll curate a food tour for you, especially to your liking and your preference. Alright, so I really enjoyed my meal today at YAK-YANG. I gotta thank Chef Boat as well as Chef Vic. ขอบคุณครับ Chef Boat. And thank you very much. Please catch me on the next episode of A Chef's Food Tour. Bye bye.